Hi everyone, so I've written a set of instructions today to make an apple crumble, and perhaps it's something you could follow to make at home if you fancy it, but don't worry if not. So a recipe helps us if we follow the instructions. It helps us to make something, doesn't it? So first of all, before we do anything else, we must wash our hands, get those germs off our hands because we're touching food, aren't we? We don't want to get germs all over our food, so we must wash our hands. So ingredients, these are the ingredients that you will need to make an apple crumble. 2 small apples, 60 grams of flour, 60 grams of butter and 60 grams of sugar. So it's important to know what ingredients you make, because if you're going to make it and you think, oh, well, we can't make it because we haven't got any flour, or we can't make it because we haven't got any sugar. So it's always important to know your ingredients before you start making something. So what do you think you're going to do first of all if you were to make an apple crumble? What's happening in this picture? Yeah, you've got to chop the apple, haven't you? Dead simple, chop the apple. Chop up the apples. Ask your grown-up for help, because we shouldn't be using really sharp knives, should we, when we're so young? So your grown-up might need to help you with that. So we chop up the apples. What do you think we're going to do next then? See if you can think of the sentence that might come next after we've chopped up the apples. What do we do? Remember, try and think of a bossy verb to go at the beginning. We put the apple in an oven dish. So we put it in an oven dish. Well done if you said that. Or you might have said something different. I'm sure you'll have done fantastic no matter what you said, as long as it was to do with an apple and a dish. Next one then. What do you think is in the bowl here? What we're going to put in the bowl next? Yeah, we've got to put the flour in a bowl. Put the flour in a bowl. What do you think we're going to do next then, looking at this picture? See if you can think of a sentence. Remember to use a bossy verb at the beginning. We've put the flour in a bowl, but what have we done next? What do you think is going to happen with that butter? Add the butter. We add the butter, don't we? We've got to add the butter to it. You might have said, put the butter in with the flour. Again, there are really lots of different ways we can say this sentence. Now then, what are we going to do with the flour and the butter this time? What is the person doing with their fingers, which is again really important, right? We must wash our hands. What are they doing? Rub it in with your fingers. So they're going to rub. Rub is your bossy verb, isn't it? Rub it in with your fingers. Or you might have said mix it with your fingers. Again, there'll be different ways you will say these sentences. Wonder what this is a picture of. What's the sentence going to be this time, do you think? Make it look like crumbs. Wonder why we need to make it look like crumbs. Of course, we're making a crumble, aren't we? So we need crumbs for our crumble. What do you think we're going to do with the sugar? This picture just is about a bag of sugar, isn't it? Add sugar to the crumbs. And we know how much to add, don't we? Because it told us that at the beginning. So add sugar to the crumbs. Now then, what do you think has happened now? So we'd already had the apple in the oven dish, and we now got our crumbs. What do you think we're going to do next? Yeah, we've got to sprinkle the crumbs over the apple. Sprinkle, that's a good word, isn't it? So we're not just putting or pouring, we're sprinkling them over the apple. And then last, what do you think it is? It is cook it in the oven for 40 minutes. Adult help needed. Grown-ups, that's at 180 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit, or gas mark 4 if you decide that you want to make an apple crumble with the children. So adults must help with the oven bit, mustn't they? Because it's very hot, and the adults will need to help at certain points within the process of making a crumble. And then when it's cooked, what do? I haven't added this instruction in. We eat it, of course, don't we? We eat it and we enjoy our apple crumble. Enjoy. So here I've added some words that I've used about making apple crumble. So your task today is, if you want to make an apple crumble with your grown-ups, and maybe write some instructions as you're going along or afterwards with some help from your grown-up, or go back through my slides and see if you can maybe change my sentences and make them better, change the verbs, add them on. Or the other choice that you've got today, you've got a couple of choices today, Nottingham, is I think most of you will eat sandwiches at home. And I think most of you will probably make a sandwich with help with your grown-up as well. So I haven't given you any instructions on how to make a sandwich, but what I'd like you to do as your other choice is you could make a sandwich and write a set of instructions on how to tell me how to make a good sandwich, because I do like sandwiches. So I shall go through your choices again. So you can make the apple crumble and write the set of instructions to go with it using these. You can watch the video again and try and improve my sentences. So see if you can make better sentences from Miss Creases. And your third choice is to make a sandwich and write a set of instructions on how to make a good sandwich that I might enjoy for my lunch. Whichever you decide, please send your work on Tapestry. I look forward to seeing what decision you've made today. Take care, everybody.